Family Guy is known for its super clean, conventional comedy style, and I am of course just kidding. Family Guy is actually known for its crude, adult humor and surreal cutaway gags that make us laugh and question what we're watching at the same time. However, while some of the bigger jokes are plain for all to see, there are some smaller hidden ones in the background that you might not have noticed the first time around. In this video, we will take a look at 15 references hidden in plain sight that you may have just missed. Let's take a look right now.
Whoa, a real live robot! Or is that some kind of cheesy New Year's costume?
Let's start off with arguably one of the best Family Guy episodes, Blue Harvest, which is of course a parody of Star Wars. Not only is the episode rife with Star Wars Easter eggs and jokes, but there are references to works outside of the galaxy far, far away. In the Mos Eisley Cantina scene, there are multiple cameos from other Fox shows, such as Roger from American Dad, Bender from Futurama, the evil monkey who lives in Chris's closet, and Coach John McGurk from Home Movies. Why does it surprise me that Bender fits in so well with the locals at Mos Eisley? Seriously, the guy is right at home. Seth MacFarlane might have multiple shows on the air, or streaming services these days, but it wasn't always that easy for him to get a show greenlit. One of those shows was Gumbel to Gumbel, a crime drama which followed the Gumbels as they worked on Beach Patrol, and it was the first show that MacFarlane pitched to Fox, who were quick to turn the series down. However, MacFarlane never forgot this, and as Family Guy became one of the biggest shows on the network, he paid reference to his failed pitch in the episode If I'm Dying, I'm Lying, when Peter gets the opportunity to bring back any show he chooses, with him of course picking Gumbel to Gumbel. If there's one theme you'll pick up from this video, it's that Family Guy likes to make meta jokes and references that break the fourth wall. An example of this is in the episode Road to Rupert, where they take the chance to insert some product placement and sell their own merch. The episode starts with a garage sale, which leads to the inciting incident of Brian selling Rupert and him and Stewie having to find the lost bear. But if you look closely at the garage sale at the other items for sale, you will notice they are selling a few DVD copies of Stewie Griffin: The Untold Story, a spin-off movie that focuses on Stewie having a near-death experience before trying to find a man he sees on TV who he believes is his real father. The story started off as a straight-to-DVD movie, but I guess it didn't sell too well, as they eventually aired the episode as a 3-episodic arc. Family Guy makes many movie and literature references, and sometimes even have whole episodes, like Blue Harvest, directed to parodying a movie or a person's work, such as horror legend Stephen King. But it was actually in the episode Love Thy Trophy where they pay the best reference to King. As Stewie is playing with some building blocks, if you look closely, you will see the words Redrum written out, which, as any Shining fan will know, is the word murder backwards, and is the word Danny spells out in the mirror of the Overlook Hotel. As we said, Family Guy is known for its absurdist humor, and sometimes when they make these big jokes, the smaller ones get missed. Take, for example, in the episode Brian Does Hollywood, where they are at an award ceremony for adult movies, and famous Star Wars and Jurassic Park composer John Williams is nominated and really wants to win the award for Best Original Score in an Adult Movie. Because the thought of Williams scoring an adult movie is hilarious, we actually miss the hidden joke that the other composers he's up against, Ron Jones and Walter Murphy, actually provide music for the show itself, and the joke is a subtle nod to them. Also, another piece of trivia, Meg's red-haired admirer, Neil Goldman, is actually named after one of the show's writers, Neil Goldman. Probably didn't have to explain that one, did I?
That'll work just fine. Ugh.
Continuing on the meta joke train, in the episode Model Behavior, the Griffins win a boat race and find themselves front cover on a newspaper. But eagle-eyed fans would have noticed an Easter egg in the bottom right-hand corner of the article with the joke, DVDs paused for headline joke, millions disappointed. I mean, it's a little dated now, but the joke still pays off. Let's just keep continuing on that meta train. In the episode The Story on page 1, we see a TV guide with a picture of actor Luke Perry on it. While the drawing of Perry might have taken your eye, if you look past his picture at the bottom left corner, you will notice the text, "If you can read this, Family Guy is on the air," which is again another reference to the DVD watchers. Family Guy is never afraid to take on hot-button topics, and in the episode You May Now Kiss the, Guy Who Receives, the focus drifts to gay marriage. Family Guy's absurd mayor of Quahog is, of course, Adam West, who for some reason or another is opposed to gay marriage, and closes his statement on the subject with,
"Well, it's encouraging to know that I'm not the only Mayor West who's facing difficulties."
While this feels like part of the character's zany, off-brand humor, it's actually a subtle nod to former Spokane Mayor Jim West, who was also opposed to gay marriage before ironically being embroiled in a gay sex scandal. Now, basically everyone who has seen Family Guy will know that Peter's chin is meant to resemble, let's say for YouTube's sake, a pair of crown jewels.
Ah! How did these get up here?
But there is probably a reference to a male's appendage that you might have missed. Lois's whole body is meant to resemble a phallus, with her head meant to represent the, well, yeah, and just like that, you can never unsee it. This one is not so much hidden as it's an almost direct parody, but the museum sequence in the Tan Aquatic with Steve Zissou episode is basically a shot-for-shot parody of the same sequence in Ferris Bueller, down to the same staring at the painting shots. Back to those fourth wall breaks now. In the episode One If by Clam, Two If by Sea, during the Tron sequence, if you look closely, you may notice that the patterns on the walls of the light cycle arena read, "If you can read this, your TV is upside down." Written upside down, obviously. In the episode Don't Make Me Over, Meg finally stops being a pushover as she gets a whole new makeover and even an assistant by the name of Miss Swan. For any super Family Guy fans, you may have noticed that the Miss Swan name is a reference to the character of the same name from Mad TV, who is voiced by Lois actor Alex Borstein. But it's not just TV shows and movies that Family Guy makes subtle references to. In the episode Brian Goes Back to College, if you look at the scoreboard during the football game, you will see it reads Brown 42 versus the Board of Education 0, which is a reference to a famous court case on racial segregation in the States. Like the John Williams joke, the Passion of the Christ 2 Crucify This movie gag is so wacky that you miss the more subtle joke in the frame. As Jesus and Chris Tucker speed around in a red convertible, the license plate reads WWID, which is short for What Would I Do? A play on the famous saying, What Would Jesus Do? In the episode Road to Germany, Mort Goldman actually goes back in time to Nazi Germany and runs into a bunch of scientists. One of them shows Mort their 100 Luft balloons, until one is eventually popped, leaving 99 red balloons. This is of course a reference to the 80s song 99 Red Balloons by Nina.
We're having much better luck developing this impressive collection of 100 Luftballons. Oh, damn.
And finally, before we go, whilst we often assume Meg's name is short for Megan, what it is actually short for is a lot more awesome. That's because it's actually short for Megatron, as Peter changed the name on her birth certificate. She should really go by Megatron because no one would ever say, "Shut up, Megatron," right?